Are we on? All right, guys, we're going to do, this time we're going to call this stolen inheritance. We're going to call this stolen inheritance narration. I just want to let y'all know that, I'm not actually really enjoying this, even though I got a smile on my face. Just think, me and my girl, we can be in Cambodia right now. We can be getting like a 5-hour massage for like $25 and shit. But instead, I got to be listening to this. Let's go ahead and get to it, guys. Let's go ahead and get to it, all right?
For attention. You chose it because you didn't have a choice. It chose you, and that's what makes your essence untouchable. They can steal your look, your sound, your words, but they can't steal the war you walk through to carry them. That's why their version of you feels hollow. It's noise without substance, movement without meaning. And slowly people can feel it. The cracks are starting to show. Because imitation without revelation always rots. It looks good at first. It even works for a little while. But over time, what wasn't birthed from truth starts to break down under pressure. They weren't built to carry what you carry. They just dressed up in your image, hoping it would unlock the same doors. But it doesn't work like that, because your originality wasn't created. It was forged. In fire, in silence, in pain. It's encoded in the way you speak, how you see, what you feel, and how you move. That can't be cloned. Not with filters, not with branding, not with strategy. It's spiritual. And now, the difference is becoming obvious. You still grow, they still glitch, you evolve, they recycle. Because they never had vision. Just access to your reflection. And now that the light is shifting, their copy is losing power. That's what happens when people chase your glow but avoid your process. They thought they could be you without becoming themselves. But all they did was expose how empty it is to imitate something born in fire while staying cold. Number 6. They thought they delayed you, but they accelerated your awakening. They thought they slowed you down. Thought by lying on your name, cutting off your support, or sabotaging your path, they had won something. To them, keeping you out of certain rooms, withholding opportunities, or turning people against you meant they had power. But what they didn't know was that every door they closed only exposed you to yourself. Their betrayal didn't break you, it broke the illusion that you needed them, the illusion that validation came from outside, the illusion that you had to be liked to be aligned. And once that illusion shattered, something dangerous woke up in you. You didn't just survive what they did, you transformed because of it. They thought they were destroying you, but they were cracking open the version of you that was too quiet, too polite, too afraid to be misunderstood. That old version, the one they thought they left behind in the dirt, was the one that waited for permission, the one that dimmed their light so others wouldn't feel insecure. But what rose from the ashes wasn't that version. What rose was the one that doesn't explain, doesn't shrink, doesn't wait.
The thing that really gets me about all this, guys, is remember, after the age of 30, I barely spent any time around these people. I had moved to Las Vegas when I was 30. It's just amazing how much, this can be talked about. And these are people that I wasn't even barely even around. It really just blows my mind.
They thought the delay would discourage you. Instead, it made you precise. They thought the isolation would make you give up. Instead, it made you undeniable. Because once you realized the people who tried to stop you were actually redirecting you into alignment, the game changes. Their betrayal forced you to develop parts of yourself you never would have accessed while comfortable. It gave you time to build in silence, time to sharpen your gifts, time to get so rooted in your identity that no applause and no attack can shake you now. The truth is, they didn't block you. They launched you. Their rejection was the push. Their betrayal was the ignition. Their silence was the classroom. And now, they're watching a version of you they never saw coming. One that doesn't chase, doesn't prove, doesn't fold. You're no longer trying to get back what they took. You've outgrown it. Because they didn't just delay your blessing. They delivered your awakening, and now, it's too late. You already became the thing they were afraid you'd discover. The version of you that doesn't need their approval to walk in power.
I'm just saying, like, listening to this, you'll think that I lived in the same house as these people. I lived in Las Vegas for 8 years, from the age of 30 to 38. Then I went over to Cambodia. Then I lived in New York for 2.5 years. I mean, just if I was listening to this about somebody else's life, I would think that this person like lives in the same house as these people. And then if I found out that that wasn't the case, I'd be like, well, how did these people think they knew the victim? Why? How did these people assume that they were so in control when they wasn't even around this individual? And not only that, the individual didn't even know what the hell was going on. He didn't even know what was owed to him or anything. I mean, this is God's work. I feel like a goddamn guinea pig, to tell y'all the truth. Even with the spiritual gifts, I feel like God's guinea pig, literally. I didn't even know what the hell was going on, and I'm saying, me and my girl, we can be in Cambodia right now getting a massage for $25 for 5 hours, and I'm listening to this crap. No, I'm just saying, no, objectively, if I was listening to this, I would think that these two people were around each other a little bit. You know, I wasn't even around these people, and I didn't even know what was owed to me. So this is God's war. This ain't even about me. I mean, hell, man, for real.
Number 7. They didn't just steal what you had. They woke up what was sleeping in you. They came for what you had. The platform, the influence, the recognition, the resources. They saw something in you that they didn't know how to create in themselves, so they took it. Or tried to. And for a while, it looked like they won. You were left empty, stripped, questioning yourself, wondering if you were ever truly seen, ever really valued. They thought robbing you would silence you. But what they didn't realize was that in trying to take what was visible, they awakened what was hidden. Because sometimes the only way to uncover who you really are is to lose everything you were using to cope. The applause, the title, the comfort, the false safety, it all had to go so the real version of you could rise. The version that's not defined by what you have, but by what you carry. The version that doesn't rely on being understood to stand tall. They didn't just steal from you, they sparked something deeper, something ancient, something sacred. They woke up the part of you that had been buried under survival mode, the part of you that remembers, I was never meant to blend in. That's the inheritance. Not a house, not a brand, not a title, but a level of knowing that no one can ever steal again. When you realize who you are without all the extras, you become untouchable. Not because nothing can hurt.
This is like a dream to me, guys. For real. I mean, it'd be different if I had known what the hell was going on, but that's what makes this so crazy, is that I didn't even know what the hell was going on. But I tell y'all one thing I did know. I always knew that people were strange to me. I always knew that I was not like these people, especially the people in the so-called family. And I did the best I could to get away from these people. And that's what I did. I got away from these people, and I went out and I lived my life. You got one life to live, allegedly, right? Don't waste it, man. That's why I get upset when people talk about people pleaser. People pleasers don't do the stuff I did, man. People pleasers don't just get up and move to cities and countries and shit that they never even been to before without even knowing nobody over there. These people been stalking me my whole goddamn life. I told y'all when I moved to Vegas, they gonna send some family member to try to get me to visit some Masonic lodge. These people been after me my whole goddamn life, and I just been out here like Pee Wee Herman or somebody, just living in living in my own imagination. You know, because if I had known that it was this serious, guys, oh man, it would have been a serious problem. That's all I can say. But let's move on. I want to hurry up in this thing.
You, but because nothing can own you. You move different when you no longer need to prove your worth. You speak different when you're no longer begging to be heard. You show up not to impress, but to embody. And that's what makes you unstoppable. They thought they left you.
I'll be honest with you guys. I learned a lot. Y'all want to know where I really grew up? You know, I grew up a lot in Las Vegas. Real talk. I'm being real talk with y'all. Moving to Las Vegas was one of the best moves it was the best move I ever made in my life. I learned a lot. I became a man in Las Vegas. I really grew up. Say, why is that? Those are things, I don't know, man. I remember when I was on a bus for 4 years, right? when I got there. Then I won a $30,000 sports ticket on a 10-team parlay at the NFL, on the NFL. So I bought me a Lexus, pearl white Lexus. And I don't know, it was just the way I was moving in Las Vegas. I really felt like a man because I had got up and just moved somewhere that, by myself. And I got a job and I took care of myself. And that really made me feel really good. Especially, I remember this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment I had that had these like loft ceilings. I mean, that's the thing too, man. God bringing me down this road, man. I have learned to appreciate some really, really simple things. I still miss that apartment I had in Las Vegas. And to them Negroes who moved downstairs, everything was cool. Story. I mean, that's almost every other person's story. To them Negroes moved downstairs, everything was cool. But man, it's just I'll probably leave a link of that. I think I got that 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom on YouTube. I think I was talking about some Himalayan salt too and some Celtic sea salt. Y'all could tell, y'all in these videos, man, y'all could tell I was extremely satisfied with my own company, and that bothered the shit out. That bothers the shit out of a lot of people. To see an individual who's just satisfied with being to himself, they feel like you got some kind of secret that nobody else. How are you having a good time? But the truth is that I worked my ass off, man. Just whoever knows what I do, I have always worked my ass off. That's how the fuck I was happy, because I worked my ass off to be happy. That's why I was happy. You gotta actually work. You gotta actually put in the work to be happy. You gotta put in the work, you know what I'm saying? To be happy. And that's what I did. I didn't have time. I work so much, guys. I don't have time to be worrying about what other people are doing. I don't. I only have time to be worrying about what I'm doing. So, yeah, that being said, but yeah, I would say I became a man in Las Vegas. I mean, just being around people, places, and things. And man, I mean, driving those big stretch limousines, picking up, people I used to pick up, being around those celebrities, driving those nice cars. I mean, it was really something. That was really something to me. Even though in most people's eyes that was nothing, that was really, really something to me. Living in Las Vegas on my own, you know. I had a girlfriend over there 3.5 years. They probably got to her too, put something in her head. These people are insane, man. They deserve everything that's coming to them, because somebody just living in their peace, man, and people just fucking with you. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about that. Somebody just want to live, just be themselves, mind and work their fucking ass off to do it, and somebody comes along and just knocking shit over, spilling milk and all this type of stuff, and then say it's your fault that they bothering you. Let me hurry up and get through this.
Pieces, but they left you in truth. They didn't break you. They peeled back the layers that never belonged to you in the first place. And now that you've met the version of you that doesn't need anything to be whole, you'll never return to the mask. You'll never apologize for standing out. You'll never play small so others can feel big, because you know now, you were never ordinary. You were never meant to fit in. You are the difference, and nothing stolen can change that. Number 8. The universe never delivers stolen goods without reversal energy. They thought because they got away with it, it was theirs to keep. That since no lightning struck, no public fallout came, they had successfully hijacked what was meant for you. Whether it was your opportunity, your idea, your influence, your relationship, or your light, they held it like a trophy, not realizing they were holding a ticking time bomb. Because the universe, the divine, whatever name you want to give it, does not reward theft. It corrects it. Always. And when someone takes what doesn't belong to them, especially what was spiritually assigned to another, that blessing becomes poison in their hands. It doesn't show up as immediate chaos. It starts slowly, subtle restlessness, anxiety in places they used to feel safe, doors closing for no reason, losses they can't explain. Nothing satisfies them for long. because the energy attached to what they stole was never theirs to handle. What elevated you starts to erode them. What would have brought you clarity starts to cloud their vision. That's what reversal energy looks like. It doesn't scream, it undoes, from the inside out. You don't need revenge. You don't need to expose them. Time, alignment, and energy will handle everything. Because stolen...
we're gonna make a part 2 to this, guys, because this junk makes me sleepy, man. It's like how much more of this shit I gotta listen to, man. This junk could be getting a massage. Me and my girl, 5-hour massage for like $25, man. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta sit here and listen to this crap. Life is really good, ain't it? We're gonna make a part 2 to this, guys. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.